Hello amateurs, the Welsh team has just been dropped that is going to take on England in Cardiff on Saturday, and I thought I'd just jump on here quickly to go through it. As expected, there aren't a huge amount of changes. Matt Sherratt has been very consistent with his selections, but there are a couple of interesting things. So let's get into that now and get the team up on the screen. Boop, there we go, starting with the forwards. The front five remains the same. There's been a lot of chat, people wanting to get Teddy Williams into this side, especially after a great performances from the bench, especially against Scotland. But Will Rowlands continues there, and I think Daf Jenkins was always going to continue there. He puts in so much work for this Welsh team. Also some chatter this week about if Dowie Lake's fit enough, then he should be starting. I could argue this one both ways, for sure. I think his impact, somebody of his stature, his ability, his power, and footballing ability, don't forget, to come on later in the game is worthwhile doing. And Elliot Dee has certainly been a very consistent performer there. Will Griff-John keeping the tight end shirt in spite of not the greatest, well, maybe just comparing it to his game against Ireland when he was absolutely outstanding. It would be hard to reach those heights again. But the big news, I guess, in the forwards is Aaron Wainwright comes in place of Tommy Reffell. I really thought that Wales might go after England's breakdown. England have struggled to keep the ball there sometimes. Now I wonder if they've looked at England's selection, and England's selection seems to indicate they're going to go for a lot of contestable kicks with people who are very good at chasing, very good at jumping, very good at retrieving kicks. You've got Daly on one wing, Roebuck on the other, and Freeman at centre, all of which are very good at that. And I wonder if Wales have gone, right, we're probably not going to have a lot of breakdowns to get at. So if we go with Wainwright, then we've got some extra carry and threat in the back row. I wonder if it paid any difference to their selection, knowing what England were going to go with. Obviously, Faletau and Jack Morgan continue in the back row, where they've both been absolutely outstanding the entire championship. Into the backs. And again, not a huge amount to talk about here. It's Joe Roberts who gets the left wing berth with, what's his name? Tom Rogers, Tom Rogers, who is injured from last week, with Ellis Mee switching over to the right wing. And again, looking for consistency, looking for combinations. Those guys have worked well together this championship. So why would you not try and keep it as close together as possible? There was some chat of getting Maxwell onto the wing and maybe Roberts into the centre, but they've gone this way round and it makes a lot of sense to me. On to the bench, and again, it's pretty much as expected, really. Lake, Gareth Thomas and Azarati, the front row subs, all of which who did great last week against Scotland. Teddy Williams, who came on and brought big impact. Tommy Reffell to maybe, if England are looking to play a little bit later in the game, that might be where his skill set comes into play a lot more. If England are needing to score tries or attempting to run the ball a bit more, I can definitely see the thinking behind this. Rodney Williams and Jared Evans, and Nick Tompkins takes the 23 jersey. Obviously, they've got centres that can play on the wing, so they've decided to put the cover in the centre rather than picking another winger or back three player on the bench. Interesting selection for the Welsh, and I think they're well placed to get in there at the Principality and have a good old go at England. And I think they've got every chance. I think they have to play. I said this in one of the other videos. I think they really have to go out and try and play as much as they can. I think if they get into a kicking battle, I think if they try and win the aerial battle against England, they're going to come up second best. So I think they really have to be brave. Try and keep the ball in hand a lot. Try and stress the England defence as much as possible, and then see if they can't come out on the right end of the scoreline. Because one thing for sure, if they're in it with 20 minutes to go, that crowd will shout them all the way home. So that's what I think, folks. But what do you think? Any thoughts on this Wales selection? Do you reckon it's the right 15-23 to take on England and beat England on Saturday? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll join you there for a friendly conversation. Give this video a thumbs up while you're down there, if you don't mind. Helps other people find it, and you can subscribe there. You can watch that one next, and don't forget to get out and play.